I never realized silence could be so loud. The kind of silence that hums inside your chest, making your ribs ache. That's what I heard when the ladle slipped from my hand and splashed stew across the kitchen floor. Steam curled up like smoke from a fire, but the only flames were inside me. 15 feet away, behind the sliding glass doors, my family was already laughing. Forks clinking, glasses raised, their voices weaving together in a chorus that didn't include me. They'd started dinner without me, again. And in that moment, crouched on the cold tile with broth seeping into my apron, it hit me. I wasn't part of the celebration. I was just the help. I'd been there since Tuesday, marinating, chopping, baking, fussing over every detail. But the moment my brother Leo pulled into the driveway in his gleaming BMW, all eyes turned to him. My father's voice boomed like he was announcing royalty. To Leo, for bringing us all together tonight. Together? I almost laughed. I'd been holding this whole circus together for days, and Leo shows up 2 hours late with nothing but a bottle of wine, probably re-gifted, and suddenly, he's the savior of Thanksgiving. Through the doorway, I watched Mom smooth down his collar like he was still her golden boy. Dad poured him another drink. Aunt Lila leaned in, hungry for his stories about clients and golf and success. Not one of them noticed I wasn't at the table. 3 weeks ago, Mom had texted the family group chat. This year, let's cook whatever Leo likes. He's been so busy. I suggested maybe going out, giving everyone a break. She shot it down instantly. Traditions matter. Besides, you're so good in the kitchen. Her words read sweet, but I knew the translation. You're useful in the kitchen. Stay there.
Something inside me shifted then, like plates grinding beneath the earth before a quake. I carried the gravy boat, my grandmother's silver one, heavy and dignified, into the dining room. I set it down hard enough to make the table tremble. For half a second, they all looked up, eyes blinking like deer caught in headlights. Then Leo cleared his throat and launched back into his story. That was the moment Mom turned to me, barely glancing up, and said, "Sweetheart, could you get some more ice for Leo's drink?" 2 days of cooking. Not a thank you. Just an errand. And before I could stop myself, the word slipped out, no. It wasn't loud. But it was sharp. Like glass shattering in a quiet room. Forks froze midair. Dad's smile died on his face. Leo looked like I'd spoken in tongues. I repeated it, steady this time, no. And just like that, 35 years of obedience cracked open. Dad's voice turned dark. Your brother drove all the way from Miami. 2 hours, I said, my hands trembling but my voice calm. I've been cooking for 2 days. The silence was suffocating. Then Mom laughed nervously and smoothed her napkin, redirecting the spotlight back to Leo. But something was different. For once, I hadn't swallowed my voice. For once, I was visible, even if they didn't want to see me. Later, when the dishes were done and my chest was still buzzing with adrenaline, I made the mistake of looking at Mom's iPad. Her latest post stopped me cold, so excited for Leo's special holiday menu. Can't wait to taste what my talented son planned. Her talented son. Photo after photo, year after year. Leo with Mom, Leo with Dad, Leo cutting cakes, Leo raising toasts. And me? A blurry elbow here, the back of my head there, carrying trays, clearing plates. Always in the background. Always invisible.
The evidence was undeniable. It wasn't just in my head. I'd been erased in plain sight. Where's the pie, Nora? Mom's voice snapped from the dining room. Nora, that's me. The daughter. The cook. The shadow. I carried the pumpkin pies in on shaking hands, set them down, and stood with the knife ready. They didn't even pause their conversation. Leo was already talking about his brand new beach house, Dad beaming with pride, Aunt Lila chiming in about how he deserved Grandma's china cabinet. The cabinet I'd always loved. The one I thought might one day be mine. I felt the knife slip in my grip. They didn't even notice. By the time dessert was over, the truth was burned into me like a scar. My only worth in this family was in what I served. The meals, the cleanup, the convenience. If I stopped serving, I wasn't sure I'd exist to them at all. And then, 3 weeks later, the group text buzzed again. Mom's message. Exciting news. Christmas at Leo's new beach house. A beat later. Nora, you'll handle the stuffing, cranberry relish, and your pecan pie. Adrian has an important client breakfast, so please come early to set up, maybe 9 o'clock. Not a request. An assignment. Like my life didn't have weight of its own. That was the night something inside me broke for good. Or maybe it wasn't breaking. Maybe it was breaking free. I started writing. A letter I'd never imagined I could write. I won't be attending Christmas this year. I need boundaries. I need to be seen for more than what I provide. The words poured out faster than tears. And for the first time in my life, they were my words. Not an apology. Not an excuse. A truth. I don't know how my family will respond. I don't know if they'll ever see me as more than the one who cooks and cleans. But here's what I do know. I can't keep erasing myself just to belong at a table that never made room for me. And maybe you know what that feels like, being invisible in your own family. Giving and giving, until there's nothing left of you but service. So I'll ask you what I've been asking myself every night since that dinner. What do you do when the people you love most refuse to see you? Do you keep serving? Or do you finally take your seat at your own table? If you've ever felt invisible in your own family, share your story in the comments. I promise, I'll see you.